The year is 2015. My partner Jon Bois was working on a show called Breaking Madden. And man, was he really good at breaking Madden. In one of the episodes, his main character, Clarence Beeftank, tried to score more than 255 points in the game. But when he kept trying to break that threshold, the game kept crashing his Xbox One over and over and over again. 255, the Madden version of the Great Glass Elevator. The current year is 2022. Many things have changed, except for Madden in the most part, which always seems to be a throw, pass, and punt away from the game before it, and the game before that, and the game before that. This left Jon and myself wondering if the 255 point threshold was still the same. So yeah, we're trying to break Madden again. Will we be able to break through the Madden ceiling? Or have they raised the roof? Welcome to the Fumble Dimension. Our experiment is pretty simple. We went on our Twitch stream, which you should follow, and recorded our escapades of us trying to run up the score and seeing just how high that scoreboard gets. We will use the Bengals because they're my favorite team, and the Texans because I've never met a Texans fan, so less angry comments for me, I think. At first, I was in control of the Bengals, and I score on the very first play. That's cool. But then I get an idea. What if instead of being the team trying to win, we become the team trying to lose? I immediately switched sides and joined the Texans instead, where we will take a safety, let them score, and then intentionally let the Bengals score on the kickoff. This gives us a nice, efficient 3-play cycle. A few plays later, we decide just to make the Texans take a safety on the kickoff to save even more time. However, I realized that even with me trying my hardest to allow a touchdown on the kick return, sometimes I tackle the returner on accident because I can't control everyone at once.
Oh no,
So when that happens, we just let them score on the next play. But the Bengals don't want to score. They want to score on the next never mind. They're about... Alright, there we go. I decided to up the AI difficulty to all Madden so this doesn't happen again. Well, it shouldn't happen again. Now, if you watch the Twitch archive, this happens again. Less than 2 minutes into the game, we get our first evidence that Madden is basically held together with like Elmer's glue. Whenever we take a safety on the kickoff, it says it's our second safety of the game.
Can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game, and this defense continues.
Did you say second?
I haven't been keeping track of the safeties in the game, but I know that that definitely was not our second safety in the game. It's 46-0. It got to a point where the chat would copy pasta the announcer every time we took a safety because it would always say that it's our second safety. Now I know that Madden isn't anticipating people to take 3 safeties or more than 2 safeties in the game, but come on, bruh. Now the announcers will also repeat that the Bengals are on cruise control every time they score, accompanied by the "Who Dey" chant, which would be annoying as fuck if I wasn't a diehard Bengals fan. Midway through the first quarter, it starts to hit me. If the score goes over 255 points and doesn't freeze, then I might be here longer than I anticipated. Ah, shit. Now, the Madden AI doesn't always score immediately after I give them the ball. Sometimes they try to run the ball instead of audibling. Now, this is funny because I use like field goal block, and I know Joe Burrow is better than this. At first, I thought that they were trying to run the clock out, but that was not what they were trying to do. For many drives, Joe Burrow is seen warming up for a drive that he'll never take. Now, I'm not confident in this edition of Madden because of my experience playing Madden 22.
This game has froze on me before, but like Face of the Franchise.
In their Face of the Franchise mode, every time I have that cutscene of them on an airplane, my game freezes. I have tried numerous times to unfreeze this game, but to no avail. EA Sports is not slick. Midway through our experiment, a commenter says that it's no longer 255 points, which, for me, is not good.
Alright. It's no longer 255 anymore? Oh boy. I might be here for a while.
Since we have no way to confirm if this person is right or not, people started making possible guesses. The most popular were 512 and 999. And then the number of 2 bytes, which is 65,535, which isn't even possible given the pace of which we're scoring. Now, at our current pace, 1,000 definitely seems possible. But why the fuck did our guesses jump to over 65,000? 6 minutes in, we get the most pointless booth review of all time.
25 points per minute? What?
3 minutes later, we have another pointless booth review.
Welcome to a moment. It's a second safety game, and this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
But why would they review that? What's there to... There's nothing here to review. There's legit nothing here to review.
Now, in honor of the Bengals never having played a normal football game, of course they fumble the ball. And this safety that we take here is what changes the safety announcer audio.
Now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety.
My theory is that because the safety was not taken on the kick return, the game was able to change the audio. We also unlock a new safety audio on the kick return. Now it's time to see if we're looped in that.
Ooh, we got the... Oh! New audio unlocked! New audio! It only took 237 points!
Coming up on 255, we decided to hit that number exactly. Mostly because I want to confirm if a non-kickoff safety also changes the audio.
Nope. We're on third safety audio, chat.
Moment of truth time. It's time to see if the game would freeze on us.
Ooh!
Welcome to a moment in history.
Reality starts to creep and set in.
We got ways to go. Do you think we'll get to halftime, chat? No? No way, right? There's no way.
Famous last words. Checking our stats with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, we noticed something strange.
Oh shit! Look up here! Look up here! It caps at 180.
At around the 3-minute mark, my controller stops working sometimes during the play call menu. It's like the game is begging me to stop playing.
It's not letting me pick plays.
Which, honestly, is fair. Good looking out, Madden. I'll give you that one. With 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter, the Texans are starting to wear down. Some are trying to even leave the building. They can't escape, though.
51 is like, no. He's trying to... Oh my god.
Now, this is not the first time someone has tried to escape the football fumble dimension. So why do they try?
So we have another football fumble dimension and another episode where people and players are trying to leave the arena mid-game. And that reminds me, what is the weirdest thing that you saw from the old Breaking Maddens?
This is such an easy answer. The monster that Madden made in, I think it was Madden 25, my first season of Breaking Madden. That would have been almost 10 years ago. And essentially, in a nutshell, I scored like 280 points, something around there. And then I went to an instant replay. I realized the field was totally empty. No players, no refs, no nothing. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I navigated the instant replay camera to midfield because I saw a little speck of something. And what I found was this like half Denver Bronco, half Seattle Seahawk monstrosity. It was just this like absolute horror of a human being with like its legs. It was like if you've ever seen a transformer that was like all like folded in on itself, that's what it looked like. And I was genuinely a little bit scared. I'm not someone who is very like superstitious. I don't, really believe like necessarily in supernatural hauntings or anything like that. But it definitely shook me a little bit because I've never seen that duplicated. I've never seen that happen with anyone else in Madden. No one else has ever come forward and say and presented evidence that they made that happen. It's like it was a horror visited upon me and me alone, and I'm still a little scared.
Did you name it?
No. I had some people tell me like I should name it because it's my child, and that no, it's not. It's not.
Now we've reached the end of the first quarter, and the stats aren't appealing. Second quarter, we see the kick returners actually have negative yards. Not our kick returners, the Bengals kick returners. And later on, we notice something else. Evan McPherson's kicking stats don't add up. It says he's kicked 26 extra points. I feel like a kicker would get tired of kicking, but that's just me. And if I was, I would at least want my fucking stats to be right. An hour and 40 minutes into the stream, I'm starting to fall asleep at the wheel. Everything is breaking, but the game won't quit.
30 touchdowns, 88 yards at 12 yards per return.
It's like they saw Jon's experiment, and then they fixed only that, and then everything else went to shit. Now, as the game rolls along, more Texans are trying to leave. The only people that seem to be actually tired is me. With 9 minutes to play in the second quarter, even the game starts to question what is happening.
Why are we doing this?
2 hours in, my camera gives up.
Oh, my camera, no. It has to be 1,000, right? You would think if 1,000's not the breaking point, I give up.
Now, I'm starting to space out from time to time and forget that I'm actually trying to lose. But even I still managed to throw a pick because at the end of the day,
I was
it's
trying
the
to
Texans.
dive. I forgot I was trying to dive, chat.
After a bit of a lull in the stream, we get a second wind of energy. We figure out a new strategy. Now, if this was a speed run, you'd hear the Summoning Salt music intro, as the chat so politely pointed out.
Can I force the Texans to fumble? Oh, shit! Oh, no. Oh, God. What have we been doing? Oh! Someone goes through. Oh!
But even with our new strategy, sometimes even Madden can't do that right, as the Bengals often get credited for a touchdown even when they don't really have possession of the ball. We're approaching the 1,000 score mark. This is it. Everything is leaning on this score.
All right.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Please to stop at 99. Please. Please.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there.
No!
Can't be stopped.
Oh, how much more is left? Madden is still refusing to give McPherson his due, claiming that he's only kicked 29 extra points. That's just so far off, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, how do you get to that point? We finally get to halftime. The score is 1,129-0. Feeling bad about the blowout, we decide to give the Texans a point. We do. The 1-point safety.
To a knockout. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play.
Now, the Texans have nothing to do with their time. The coaches don't know what's going on. It's like they're pawns with a bigger twisted purpose, and they don't know why. My motor functions are starting to get slower. I start to space out. Time isn't moving fast. Now imagine if there were actual real-life commercials in this game. We'd run out of them by the first quarter. This would be just nothing but commercial-free, infinite football. Up over 1,000 points, the Bengals have finally decided to run out the clock, but they have also decided to keep their starters in the game. The clock winds down and I'm finally relieved. Until I remember that I'm in the third quarter. Oh, I have another quarter of this. My camera falls asleep again. I don't know, guys. The Bengals finally start to show more and more mercy as they start to run out the clock more and more. I only have 3 timeouts to use, so there's only so much I can do. With 2,000 seeming impossible and off pace and nothing to play for, I throw in the towel as well. The final score is 1,804-1. Or as I like to say, Madden won, Kofie 5,234. You win this round, but I'll be back to break you again.
All right, so I didn't get to 2,000 points because after we broke 1,000, I just mentally wiped out for the rest of the stream. It was very exhausting, very tiring. I knew that I couldn't just like cancel the stream or like pause the stream and come back later. But I know that 2,000 points is possible. What do you think the true limit is?
Well, I've done some very rough math here, and I watched through some of your tape, and my feeling is, especially once you master that technique of like, once you catch the ball, you flick it back and you intentionally fumble it so the other team recovers for a touchdown. It looks like that can take as little as 4 seconds to do. Mm-hmm. So you've got 60 minutes in a game, 60 minutes in a 60 seconds in a minute. That means 3,600 seconds in a game divided by 4 means times 8 if you get the 2-point conversion. So I think, long story short, I think 7,000 is possible. Yeah. And it is not going to be us. Just to make it clear, there are workplace regulations. I cannot allow you or me to do that. I don't want to do that. So maybe someone else who's, braver and bolder than we are can do that someday. But yeah. 7,000, 7,200 may be the upper limit.